The NFL finally released their top 10 of the top 100 players in the NFL, and Lamar Jackson came in at number 2. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see that daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, because today we're talking about something that we love to talk about, and that's Lamar Jackson getting proper recognition for his skills and being awarded because of it. Now, if you don't know, every single offseason for, I want to say, I know it's at least the last 10 years. I want to say it started around 2010. They've been doing an NFL Top 100 series. Now, this series is purely based on NFL players and their opinions, okay? So every time people are like, well, this is a terrible list or whatever, this is what the players of the NFL believe. Now, simultaneously, that doesn't necessarily mean they have it 100% correct. No list is 100% correct. Everybody has their own opinions. But the way that the list is calculated is players write down their top 20 players in the NFL. Okay? They don't fill out a full top 100. They fill out a top 20. And then those averages are taken and they build out the top 100 with those results. Okay? So what that means is, some players may be ranked really low. Some players may, be overranked or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, okay, remember, they're only filling out 20 names. These are the players at the top of their mind. So usually you're going to see the more flashy players, the skill position players, be ranked higher because they're the ones they see the most. But also you have to remember, NFL players, say you're a cornerback, say you're Jalen Ramsey, right? You're a cornerback for the Dolphins. You are usually playing on Sunday. You're not watching all the other games while you're playing. You were just playing your game. So you're going based off of your experiences. All right. So that means that certain players that don't face other players, it's harder for them to rank. If you don't play Patrick Mahomes, it's hard to give him a ranking outside of the couple of primetime games that, that you watched him in. So you base it on, hey, it was really hard for me to play against this guy. This is a top tier player. But the top 10 was number 1, Tyreek Hill, number 2, Lamar, number 3, McCaffrey, 4, Mahomes, 5, Myles Garrett, 6, Chris Jones, 7, Trent Williams, 8, TJ Watt, 9, Travis Kelce, 10, Max Crosby. I just wanted to get that top 10 out of the way. But talking about Lamar Jackson, I think this shows because he's been number 1 already. He was number 1 after his previous MVP season. And then this year he was voted as number 2. It shows that the players respect him. And when you listen to the talking heads or you listen to the fan bases, a lot of times they will downplay Lamar Jackson. And a lot of their argument might be, well, yes, he's very good running the football, or yes, he's very elusive or evasive, but I feel like as a passer, he has, areas to improve with. That's usually what you hear when someone is discrediting Lamar Jackson. But when you're talking to NFL players, and NFL players are talking about Lamar Jackson, his evasiveness, his athleticism, his football playing ability, because those are aspects of the game, that part does not go unnoticed. They recognize, oh my goodness, this is the hardest person to tackle in the NFL, or one of the hardest people to tackle in the NFL. And I heard people talking about how he showed this year he was a much improved passer. And that's because of Todd Monken and the Ravens passing the ball a little bit more. But they talked about not only as a passer is he very good, but also his athleticism, his running ability is what separates him in this game. And I think when the talking heads, the YouTubers like myself and Joshua are talking about him, obviously, none of us know what it's like to try and tackle him, but the football players know. And they give him that recognition by putting him above a guy like Patrick Mahomes. And I want to say that the voting is done before the playoffs, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I could be wrong. So they might have just been looking at the regular season. And again, when you're looking at the regular season, Lamar Jackson was one of the best players in the NFL. He had the best regular season for a quarterback. And how do I know that? Well, he won the MVP award. If you want to say Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback, I'm not upset. I'd probably be agreeing with you. But if you want to say who had the better season last year, regular season that is, I think we'd be saying Lamar Jackson. And that's what this is based on. Who had the best season? And Lamar Jackson winning MVP and not being number one, I'm totally fine with that because Tyreek Hill also had one of the best seasons ever by a wide receiver. And he was actually the first player to be number one as a wide receiver. So pretty cool of Tyreek Hill to do. And I'm glad that he got his recognition because Tyreek Hill's an absolute, he's a demon. It's the best way to describe him. But overall, this shows the respect and admiration Lamar Jackson has from his peers. And that's really the most important thing when you're talking about a guy leading your team is he's very clearly feared by other teams. And obviously so is Mahomes. So are a lot of the other quarterbacks. But in reality, when they're thinking, oh man, that's scary. I remember watching an interview with Jalen Ramsey. Someone asked him one time, they're like, who's the best quarterback or who's the best player you've played against? And everyone's like sitting there and they're like, it's Mahomes, right? And he's like, Lamar, because he's so difficult to defend. He can scramble better than anyone, maybe in NFL history. He's one of the most elusive players in the history of the NFL, and he has a very solid passing arm to go along with that. That makes him a dynamic threat. That makes him a player unlike anyone else in today's game. And he got recognized for it. And in addition to just the top 100, Madden came out with their rankings, and Lamar Jackson, unfortunately, he's not in the 99 club. 5 players made it. I believe it was Trent Williams, Travis Kelce, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill. There was one other player. I think it was a defensive player. I'm not quite sure who it was. I want to say it was Myles Garrett, but sorry to the person that I left out. But Lamar Jackson was given a 98 overall, which is by far the highest he's ever gotten in his career. Usually he starts the years in 93. I want to say he started as like a 96, maybe a 97 after his MVP season, but this is the highest he's ever had. And the hope is they do updates throughout the season. McCaffrey last year, I believe, started as like a 96, 97 and worked his way up and became a 99 because he had a great season. If Lamar has a very good season, he could be bumped into that 99 club category, which would just be another accolade in his long list. Now, that's not what he's looking for. I could tell you with almost complete certainty that Lamar Jackson doesn't care that he was voted as the number 2. He probably thinks it's cool, but all Lamar Jackson wants right now is he wants a Super Bowl. And I do like that he does get the recognition from the players because we do have to hear so much scrutiny about his game from the national media. So it's nice to have a break of, hey, this guy can't throw. This guy can't prove what he can't prove he's a great quarterback. It's nice in the offseason. You see Madden giving him his flowers. You also see the players giving him his flowers as well. But let me know in the comment section down below your guys' thoughts. Do you think number 2 is fair? Where would you rank him? I know I would certainly have him in my top 5 players in the NFL. So let me know. Where would you put him? Where would you put Mahomes? Where would you put Tyreek Hill? Thank you so much. Subscribe for more. I'll see all of you again tomorrow. But remember, this week, the Baltimore Ravens play a football game. So super excited about that.